Hi guys, welcome back to Sacred Chits and how to navigate them. So I thought I'd do something a little different, um, and label this like, what direction are you being called to? Um, and so I rolled some dice. I got Mercury, Scorpio, and the fourth house. And the fourth house represents parental forces, domestic situations, and ending home life. Um, so this may be in reference to that, but Mercury is like communication. I really think your communication style is changing. And what I gained from Scorpio is like embracing transformation, right? And embracing this new journey, right? Of the new you, right? As well as what should you focus on, right? It could be writing, right? No, it could be writing, singing, dancing. I really believe it's creativity. So we'll just pull some cards and we'll see. But it could also be like a speaking journey, or and I have been getting this download lately of like um really putting yourself out there and stop playing small and stop playing freaking small, and like seeing yourself as so small, right? Like I think you're being called to step into a new journey and really put yourself out there and stop call judgment on yourself and your shit. No, and stop like thinking yourself so small. This is for someone who thinks like when you watch other people or when you see other people in, I heard, grandiose positions, or they seem like they have accumulated more than you or whatnot. And you're like, I could never be like that. That's not for me. I can't do that. The things you're saying to yourself is important. So it's really important to call judgment on like what you're saying, what you're telling yourself, and cut off those negative thoughts. Really like cut it out. Sorry, I'm gonna tell you what. Um, but that's the energy I've been feeling. It's like someone playing small when you're meant and holding yourself away from the world, right? We literally have the world. But this is also endings and cycles, endings and beginnings and new beginnings, right? The Four of Pentacles is always like, gives me holding on to your pentacles for dear life, like it's the only thing. But also, this energy with the Six of Cups is like holding on to like emotional baggage, is what I heard from the past, and just keeping yourself so small, right? And then the Four of Pentacles is like keeping yourself away from the world and like holding on to everything you have. Like, no, I can't do this. What will people think? Stop it. Really, like you're meant to like see how in the world she's holding two torches or two candles, right? You're really meant to light other people's candles. You're really meant to help other people to recognize like, hey, I can change myself any way, shape, or form I want to at any time. I don't have to stay small. I can go big. And I meant to, right? I'm meant to chase my Mother Earth dreams. And I have this dream in my heart that's meant to be put out into the world, right? And if you're always thinking yourself so small, like you can't, right? And you're supposed to be grounded in this transformation and this new you, right? And really like allowing yourself. So like writing your self concept would be a great idea. And that's been a big download lately. I might even rewrite my self concept because I wrote mine about a year ago. And it's, see, the Queen of Wands, she lights everybody's fire because um, she knows there's enough light to go around. She doesn't have to hoard it to herself. She knows that she's meant to light other people up, right? See how she's holding a sunflower. You are a sunflower. You know how sunflowers look at each other and they like brighten each other's days. That's what you're meant to be doing. You're not meant to be playing small. And I know it's a scary journey, but you're also putting fear into it rather than being like, hey, I got this. Yeah, the Chariot. So this is like balancing your light and dark. This is also healing. This is the Merkaba, mind, body, soul. It's the star that's divine, masculine, and feminine together. And really like owning your journey, right? Taking the reins in your journey is what the Chariot always gives me too. Like, You're meant to fly, better fly. Yeah. See? 10 of Cups. You're meant to have the whole kit and caboodle, baby. But you have to allow yourself of it. You have to allow yourself to have it. You have to allow yourself to know you're worthy of it and let go of this unworthiness wound, this keep yourself small because you're scared of your own success, because you're scared you're not worthy of it, whatever the case being. It's meant for you. Yeah, you're keeping yourself hostage in this freaking 9 of Swords situation, right? She could move. She can unbound herself. She's the one holding herself there, right? You can make the decision, bro, to stop my cat agrees to stop like delaying your craft, right? Your pentacle, your grounded energy, to cut off the things, people, places that are trying to take your crown, bro. Right? You're not meant to be in this small energy. You're really meant to grow, expand, bloom, baby, bloom. Bro, baby, whatever. So you probably either just left a friendship or a relationship. It could have been a family thing too. That was really hurtful, right? And we're they put a lot of swords on your back and they made you feel small, right? They made you feel like you weren't worthy of a loving relationship or friendship, of loving good people in your life, right? But we got to take the swords out. We got to get them out of there, and we just got to use them to build a new empire, right? Make steps out of these swords, whatever you got to do. But we can't like linger on, lingering on that pain. We really have to transmute it, right? So find your, I heard former fashion, yeah, and get to cultivating your fucking pentacles, bro. Get to like really like planting your seeds. So everything begins as a seed, right? So plant the seeds of joy, hope, and pluck the weeds of negativity, fear, doubt that says that this is going to happen again. It will if you don't heal. That right? It will if you don't heal, right? If you don't properly take these swords out, you kind of leave one straggling in there. That's going to hurt. I crack myself up. You had someone that really wanted to mess with your emotions and keep you as an option and wanted to keep you stuck in your head, waiting to choose or waiting, right? They wanted to keep you, but you were pretty aware of this, right? The high priestess. So you just, it's funny. Oh, this one doesn't have keys at her feet, but you just took your keys and you were like, mm-mm. See how that says Thoth on it? Thoth? I'm probably not saying that right. Thoth. No. Said that hoe got thoughts. Okay. And then you took ding. You might be getting quick, passionate news. But I think this energy wants to keep you in this waiting for a fight energy, right? In this where you're like losing your passions, where you're not losing sleep over them, right? And you're really meant to move on from that because you gotta create these fucking pentacles, bro. You gotta be planting the seeds of joy, freedom. Yeah. So you walked away from that situation. You were like, no, you set my emotions on fire. This whole thing sets my emotions on fire. So I'm gonna leave it. Yeah. And they wanted to keep you unbalanced. They wanted you to choose them over your peace. So I'm glad you made the peaceful choice. So in what direction are you supposed to go? Towards the things that make you passionate, towards the things that make you happy, towards the things that really open your heart up. Yeah, that help you balance your emotions. In my light tears deck, she's like got the water in both hands, and it's like a triangle going over her, and really like wielding your emotions, like really emotionally mastering yourself, right? Yeah, and you're supposed to let go of this. If you let go of this devilish energy, that's when your victory comes in. But you have to let go of these things that aren't bringing you peace, these things that are holding you hostage, right? That's when your victory comes in, when you let go of this devilish stuff. It could be literally anything, negative thoughts, overeating, engaging with people who make you feel like crap, engaging in people that don't have the same values as you. Yeah, engaging in people that want to place burdens on you, or things that place burden on you. When you do something and it feels burdensome, can't say that, then stop. Make the choice. Choose yourself, right? Because you always have a choice. We all do. But sometimes we like to be trapped in our own ways. Head. Head, I say, as that. See, as soon as you let go of this anxiety, this fear that tells you you're not worthy of your dreams, that's when like the literal sun comes in. That's when this childlike joy and wonder comes in. But you have to let go of these people, places, and things. So, what are you being called to do? Be present with yourself. Be present with yourself so you can enjoy life, right? And let go of fear, worry, doubt, negativity, or anybody that causes you that, right? Okay, let's get some oracle. And then we'll do some of mine. If it allows, I guess. I don't know how long this video will last. It's quite a bit, Spirit. Political authority. You're meant to be your own political authority. You're meant to be sovereign in who you want to be, right? Do you know who that is? Do you really take time to think about it? Spirit speaking. Are you listening? Spiritual communion. Divine grace is recognizing how divine you are and how you think yourself so small, but you're a huge piece to this puzzle, right? Yeah, and you're meant to be in the light. That's weird because you're meant to be in the light, fortune, and fame. You're meant to be like helping others. See how she's like feeding others. Like maybe you're being called to also like some charity work. I don't know why that came from that, but maybe you're being called to some kind of charity work, sharing yourself with others. Maybe that charity work. I don't know. The light of understanding, right? He's has a torch and he's lighting other people up. So I really think you're being called to put yourself out there in some way, shape, or form. Whether you write, sing, dance, read tarot, whatever it is for you. Politics and ambition. You know what's funny is like I don't like politics or anything like that, but I have been, I don't know, called to pay more attention to it lately. Not like I have. But I think like if we're ever meant to change stuff in that kind of realm, then we kind of have to pay some attention to it. You know what I mean? Clarity is on the bottom of this deck. So I think this may be your clarity. Like, I didn't plan on pulling from this deck, but I guess I am now. You're either a divine masculine, or I'm speaking to a divine masculine, or this is in reference to a divine masculine, is fantasizing about you, or you're fantasizing about someone. Daydreaming, imagination, fantasizing. I really feel like you're being called to balance this energy, though, right? Depth, longing, awareness, importance, value, craving, aching, wanting. So someone that's definitely wanting you, or you're definitely wanting someone. One day it says, entrapped, stuck, tied down, captive. Someday, somewhere, another time. Well, I don't think this one may be the one. I actually got a download yesterday that was like, maybe it's time for, I think many people in the collective just to walk alone. Like, do we really know what we want to do with our lives or ourselves? Or are we just longing not to be alone? You know? And how often do we actually take the time to be alone? So some of mine, and then that's where I'm going to leave it. And I think what you're being called to do is put yourself out there in some way, shape, or form. Helping hearts are happy hearts. So get into nature. That could be put yourself out there in nature. And on the back it says, block those bitches. You know who be hating. They sipping haterade. So definitely be blocking those people, taking the ones out of your life that don't mean you well. And you know who those be. Put yourself on a pedestal, self-love. So that's also what you're being called to do. Really sink into yourself and find what you want to do. You're taking on energy and emotions that isn't yours. Shake it off. Ask to release it. Ask your guides to help you release it. Ask Mother Gaia to help you release it. They can't be honest with you because they lie to themselves, emotionally unavailable. This could be you or them. They are jelly. Your light irritates the demons. The whole point of me, I guess it's just supposed to come out, so it's fine. They want to dim your light because you shine bright like a diamond. Your past strength, or your past strength is your past struggles are your strength today. You need to self-reflect, introspection. Who do you want to be? Do you know? I mean, I didn't for a very long time. And I'm just barely deciding to be more conscious about who I want to be, what I'm putting into the world. This has been a long journey so far. Angel questions. But it started about when I was 30, and I'm 37. So that tells you something. It's been a 7-year journey of me finding out who I want to be and like cutting off negative, toxic cycles and patterns, you know? The angels don't want to say shit. I guess they might not. They want to say meditate and we'll talk to your ass. That's funny that they came out when I said that. So you really do need to sit in a meditative state in some way, shape, or form. If you can't meditate, do some breath work. Take a walk. Hug a freaking tree. Choose a new direction. But yeah, like putting yourself out there instead of playing small. In the near future, it will bring you great happiness. No need to worry. Take freaking action and let go of that painful ending and the people who hurt you. And send them love. And remember your freaking war when you hated yourself and everyone else, right? They definitely need the love. All right, guys, I'm setting the intention that this reaches whoever it needs to reach, and I'm super grateful for each and every one of you. My singing voice.